When I finished my military service in the 70s, I joined Lufthansa as a maintenance engineer with the background or the idea to become later on a flight engineer. This didn't materialize, and so I changed from Lufthansa to a German charter airline, and it was called Atlantis. And they financed and trained me on the DC-8, and I became a flight engineer there. Afterwards, I joined Germanair, which was again a German charter airline, as a flight engineer on the Airbus A300 before, which I continued to do until the 80s. To be honest, flying was in the so-called the old days. In the 70s and 80s, a little bit more romantic. The basic idea was to travel a lot, and the technology side on the airline business as such, or the airplanes as such, was at this time quite interesting for me. It was new, a new situation, and a new target which I would like to take on. Of course, the side effects with a lot of travel, meeting a lot of people, and the interest on the technical side was the main reason why I chose the airline. Flight simulator, it came when I retired and had a lot of spare times, particularly in the winter time. I decided which project I could make or took on, and I decided to build a simulator because I could use my knowledge which I had in the past and mix it up with the new technology in the meantime developed. Is high speed, it's 190 knots, 200 knots now. A question for a simulator, I think you never finish those because my target was 3 years, because I could do it only in the winter time and in the winter months. And of course, one of the key issues was the financial side, because parts or for a simulator are extremely expensive. The major obstacle of build a simulator lies mainly on the getting the parts, buy them, and as I mentioned before, the financial side. I still think I never will finish it. This is an ongoing project, because whenever you get it to a certain point of satisfaction, you have to discover that there are new things which could be improved, new technology, or some function on the plane, or in other words on the simulator, which you thought is not important in the first place or in the beginning. The point is, of course, I'm interested on flying, which I didn't do as a flight engineer, of course, and but it will certainly not commercial. Simulator and simulator are big difference between them, and you could buy a simulator which you play on with Windows on your own PC. This is not what I would like to do. And the second point is go a little bit closer to the real thing. In other words, to the real plane. I chose the 737, the Boeing 737, because parts for them more available rather than the new generations like Airbus or any exotic other plane. The simulator as such, which I built, was the target of them was as realistic as possible for a home-built simulator. In other words, the simulator which we have here it's called a stationary. That means every function of them and the size dimension is the same as the original 737 cockpit, but it is fixed on the ground. In other words, a professional simulator would mimic, or in other words, move with hydraulic racks. But this one is fixed on a platform.